Thanks for tuning in, friends, to this little mini episode of How to Cut Like a Chef from us here at Scrap Cooking. I'm Harriet Clooney, and I'm going to show you in today's episode how to do a Brussels sprout. So, just two little quick ways. They're super simple to do. We're just going to cut this little end off, and this I like to call the Brussels butt, 2 T's. And they are actually quite delicious if we fry them, and you'll have to tune into our episode of Scrap Cooking on frying Brussels butts. But I'm going to keep them aside. Now this guy, I'm now just going to cut it in half. Now you'll notice that a whole bunch of leaves, they like to fall off. That's okay. These I'm going to put aside, and you can do however you do Brussels sprouts. I like to keep them, start in a cold pan, add butter, and then start cooking them that way, about medium heat, and then this part gets all nice and caramelized, and the water that's in the Brussels sprout and in the butter will actually steam it, so it cooks all the way through, but you get this lovely little crispy side to it. And then these little pieces, I like to hold on to them when I've got a lot of them, so we can either just fry them, make like crispy Brussels leaves, or we can julienne them and add them to a slaw, or we could make little sauerkraut with the leaves. So just like that, cut it in half, kind of shake it off, as T Swift might say, and put those aside, put a little Brussels sprout in a little separate one, and keep the leaves. Now the second way that we can do it is just by cutting it nice and thin. You kind of get, they're kind of like a little mini cabbage. And just go really thin. In a restaurant, I might do this on a mandolin, which to some people is a scary contraption that is potentially to slice you open, which, happens. But if you don't have one at home, or you're terrified of it, like many of my friends are, you can just cut it really thinly, and then you get the end, the little Brussels butt, and then we put it in our little pile. And this is awesome as like a little slaw, or you can throw it in a pan with a little butter and crisp it up a little bit. It's also super delicious. And so I'll show you one more. So this end, and then you just sort of hold it down as best you can. If it's really wobbling around, you can also kind of like just cut a little edge so that you have a little flat surface to it so that it doesn't wobble around as much. And then the knife, you're just gonna keep it against the flat part of your finger, and just cut as thin as you can, and just move your fingers back as you go. And then the little butt end we'll keep. And then we have a lovely little slaw, and you can kind of pick them apart so that they break apart. So you've got this lovely, and they're actually really lovely raw. You make a little salad with them, like a slaw, and they're lovely like that. Or like I said, they're also really nice sauteed in a pan. But that's how we cut our Brussels sprouts. So thanks so much for watching. And if you have a chance, you can hit that like button. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.